We started out wanting to have a conversation with the community, and then we really wanted to try to, be focused around educational content and, the idea that we can use words and video to help people and help ourselves kind of have a more engaged life.
But Felicia, on your Twitter, you say, I like to keep my tweets real and not waste people's time. So I'm interested in, for all of you guys, what is that balance? How candid can you be on your social media, and how do you balance that between you don't want to be embarrassed by it later on, or you're kind of looking forward as opposed to just being real and honest right now in the moment? How do you feel?
I try to treat everything I do online. But I'm just saying, everything that we consume changes our brain a little bit, just neurologically. And so I just want to make sure that at least I value add in not only just content way, but just in a vibe way.
The best thing to do is to actually accept things that you think are maybe something that you've done wrong, or things you want to change. A terrible example is me leaving all my old horrible videos still public on YouTube. The message to my younger self video was that it's so important to actually accept everything that's been your journey throughout your life. You can't just be defensive and try to hide everything, because in order to actually grow and to kind of live the way that you should, you have to kind of come to terms with everything you do all the time, but not get really defensive and try to hide things, but to accept it and learn from it so you can grow, and especially showing other people that journey. I mean, anyone that wants to become a YouTuber that watches my old videos is wow, he was so bad.
I think we all feel that way though. I leave a lot of my videos up just because I want people to see the progression. I don't want anyone to come on my channel and think, she just started with these lights and this camera and she edits really quickly. I want them to know there was a time when 19-year-old Tom just did not talk to the camera.
You can always plug it in as well, because it can be a learning experience for other people as well. So if you did say something a bit weird, or I don't feel that way anymore, you can just stick an annotation on there going, hey, that wasn't right, I don't feel that way now, and look in the description for what my views of that are now, and then people could learn from how you've changed as a person as well.
And even if you do make a mistake, of course you can apologize for it, but once it's out there, explain it or share it, and I think that there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's just like what you said, Connor, about being afraid to weigh in on things, because I'm like that too. Because people drama all the time about every single thing ever, and people would be really interested in knowing what my opinion is on something. But my policy is I don't like offering an opinion on something unless I feel properly educated on it, or unless I feel like my opinion is informed and I've thought about it and it's ready to go. Because whenever I make a video that's opinionated or kind of discussing a complicated topic, I made one about this nicer internet thing I did about cyberbullying earlier in the year. And that was just generally talking about mean behavior on the internet and stuff. But I spent 30 hours writing, planning, and researching that video, because if I was to come out and make an opinion about any of that stuff, I wanted to make sure I thought about every single thing I wanted to say. And even then, your other question, it's terrifying, because I'm I've done as much as I think I could do, but then I could upload it and people would be like, you can try as hard as you want, but that's the thing, I really think that you should try to only express opinions or weigh into something when you really think that you're well educated and you're informed and you're doing it for the right reasons.
It'd be hard to fit it all into a tweet as well. So
I'm working Twitter.
140 characters, you can't fit a lot of those opinions in. So if you did go back to someone and say, I don't agree with that, you're just Phil's weighing in the drama, but it's not like that. It's
context.
Yeah, so I think sometimes, in my case, I sent a DM to someone and then said, do you think that was okay? Yeah. Done it privately instead, because I don't want to seem like I'm attacking someone publicly.
Because if you actually want to solve the issue, instead of just being whoa, attention, then it's really a better way.
Yeah.
But I really educating people and correcting people, and there's a lot of people that just love to get mad and angry about anything that's a problem. But the thing is, everyone has to learn that if you really actually want to change, if you care about the issue and your end goal is for the issue to be better, and people's awareness and education about it to be better, you need to accept apologies, and you need that gentle approach. Because firstly, the people need to obviously apologize and show that they've learned, but then the thing that needs to be, we accept that, we're going to allow you to learn. As long as you take responsibility for it, but it's no one. I think there's definitely people that just love to be I'm not really into the issue. I just want to get angry angry at someone, and it's the same kind of angry on the other side of the fence. Really, it's about the attitude. It's like you could be really hateful to someone, but you could be really hateful to someone in how you're criticizing them for doing something that they might have been ignorant about before. So it's really important for everybody to have kind of like a positive and nurturing attitude.
That's such a
Someone that you agree with.
Yes.
The topic as well. Rather than get your own point in there as well.
Another example of amplifying the voices who are directly affected rather than being like, here I come, Mr. Hero, to tell you about what's good and just.
One to ignore, but I think it's also important not to spread more negativity. So if someone's being really negative, they're obviously just being a complete troll. There's no point in replying because that's what they want, and also that's just going to spread more negativity in the world. So if I see something horrible on my Twitter, I'll go and reply to 5 nice things instead, and then try and forget it. And if it is someone that's repeatedly doing it, block or report or mute.
Block button is your crime.
Yeah.
That's like been a really, I've had like discussions with people who've been on panels, but that's kind of like a polarizing thing. Like there's
It's like single tier. One tier.
Single tier.
Because I think you can unpack, it's not as simple as just this is it. You can have a genuine piece of negative criticism that is just worded with a horrible amount of emotion. But the thing is, once you realize that great point about all hate isn't just a fact or a true thing. A lot of it is just kind of a representation of the person that's saying it. It's there's a moment where I realized that, and I just completely stopped being affected at all by anything. It's because I can look at something and I just try to pick apart how much of that is actually an opinion, or how much of that is a criticism. Is there a criticism of me down there somewhere that I can kind of try to think about myself? Maybe that is actually something they're saying about me that I could think about and learn from, and then put everything else to the side. No one has time to educate everybody or respond to every single person. So especially when you get to a point of certain popularity, it's just completely a waterfall mess. You can never do anything. You just have to it sounds really weird, but you have to just accept everything. There's nothing there's so much of it that there's nothing you can do about it. So I learned to just kind of not be affected by it, by realizing that it's all just individual people. Literally any faceless troll is actually just a really sad person. It's you're either a sociopath or just a really sad person. If they're a sociopath, then you shouldn't care. If they're a sad person, that's just really sad.
Or they're a sad sociopath.
be both.
How do you deal with that?
There's a movie in there somewhere. Sad sociopath.
Search indirect of their own name.
Dan is not on fat.
But spend your time looking at the positive stuff rather than searching negative stuff about yourself. It can be quite addictive. It's ooh, what are they saying about me today? You don't need that in your life at all.
I don't ever do it. I did it there was a period where I was it's really fun searching my own name.
No.
No.
That's a horrible idea.
So it's just for my own mental health, I just don't, you know what I mean? It's when you're talking to someone, then you have conversations with your followers. It's reply to comments on your Facebook page, reply to comments, reply to tweets when you posted something, and all that stuff. But just don't search your name for no reason, because you're just going to find opinions that just mildly annoy you all the time. And there's just no need to do that. So
I had an experience last year where I was on plus size and about photos taken out.
Yeah, one thing my brother told me.
So you can't, can you change the world? It's maybe you could if you were the president or something.
But you're changing people.
You can't even remotely begin to describe how influential and important anyone, even any of you guys have 5 Twitter followers, you could influence one person, and that's a butterfly effect of kind of inspiring.
Like a drop in a concrete sort of.
Yeah.